Welcome to the new podcast, episode number 113. My name is Steven. I am joined, as always, by producer and co-host extraordinaire, my man,
Hello,
Kelly. Let's get to it.
You know, I think the number 13 is good luck.
Yeah?
I think it
How
started
so?
out that way too.
Really?
It started out as good luck, and then people decided it was a bad number.
You think it's like a pagan thing, like they wanted, like the Christians wanted, like to erase all pagan history, and 13 was somehow this magical number, this magical numerical number that was like going to be a holiday every 13th, and we're like, shut this shit down.
I do, and I think this is going to be the best show since episode 13.
Oh, wow. We've had 100 episodes to get better, and we managed not to, and...
Do not listen to 13
and
then tell us if we're better.
Exactly. It's gone downhill, and here's the up spike again. Oh, man, 113 episodes is amazing.
Yeah, man. And we just keep going.
Somehow. They keep letting us on the air. Somehow. Loving it. The Spotify peeps, even the Podbeam, it's kicking up again, man.
Oh, yeah?
It's, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what's going.
while.
What happened? I don't know. Maybe it's you know, it's that little bit we had another little 1 week break. We're making the people want more, dangling that carrot in front of you for the best voice in the world.
Or maybe they're just like, oh, what happened to these guys? Let's find out.
Yeah,
One of them
they accidentally like clicked on the episode.
They accidentally.
Oh, whatever happened? Did the one guy die finally or something?
Finally.
Oh, dang it. I clicked on the episode by accident. Clickbaiting our way to stardom.
Hell yeah. Can you do that? I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't think so. Jorge Masvidal likes doing it, but on his Facebook page, he's got a lot. He used to have way more clickbait. You know, I think those people get called out and get ignored pretty darn quick. As soon as you clickbait me once, shame on me. Clickbait me twice, shame on you.
That's like those programs that have the check all these boxes to accept.
Yep.
But then they throw a few that you don't have to accept, like Norton Security and shit like that. And they just throw it in, making it look like you have to accept it. And then old people always do. And then they have a shit ton of problems with their computer. Because like this Norton Security keeps fucking taking up half their RAM and half their system resources. And now their computer's running slow. But they're like, oh, I couldn't accept Adobe Flash without Norton Security. It's like, yes, you can.
Old people.
But that's the thing. But the program shouldn't design it that way. It's asshole software.
Oh, of course, big time. It's total. It's like that's the ultimate clickbait. Absolutely, making you download something on your computer. Like, whew,
yeah,
that goes way back.
Especially security programs, because oftentimes now they'll compete with Windows Defender or Windows Security. Windows Security right now is better than, like in my opinion, than all those security programs. Like whether it be Kasper Sky, Norton Security. There's like a whole bunch. There's a bunch of crappy ones out there too. I don't know. But right now, like Windows Security, it's really fucking good. So they don't want their product to fail, especially in this market, because basically Windows, they have a dominancy over the market right now, and they don't want to lose it because they don't have anything else. They don't have phones. They don't have anything anymore. Like they have the Xbox, but they're competing with PlayStation. They're competing with Nintendo, and they're competing with PC. And now they can't even get the Xbox out in time, and people are like losing interest in it.
Oh, big time!
Like they're like, I can play the same games, and I don't even care anymore because now Cyberpunk is old. Now it's like
it really is.
So like the whole thing is like if they lose ground in the Windows or the PC market, especially to Apple, or if Chromebooks get even better, who knows? Like a lot of things that I use on my computer is Google related. So if Chromebooks got better, who knows? They could lose market to that. So right now they have a beefy security, is what I'm trying to say in a long. about. So I would just leave your Windows computer security on and not get anything else. There's no point in buying anything else.
Oh yeah, big time. Well, it's it's always been that thing too, Kelly, with having downloading another like an outside kind of firewall blocker type, malware blocker, spamware, doohickey, it always would interfere with Windows.
Yeah.
They wouldn't, you don't have to go through a bunch of shit in order to get them to work together. And I think Windows just said, fuck it, why the hell are we having people download other stuff? We can just give it to you for free. And it's like you said, it's better than anyone else's, and there's no problems. It's not going to cause problems with Windows down the road.
Yeah. So right now, like basically what I'm saying what we're saying is the Windows is super beefy. Plus, they're adding a whole bunch of gaming stuff like onto the platform as well. Like Xbox is like a lot of it's moving to the PC.
Oh yeah, big time. You're able to play Halo on a computer.
Yeah,
that's a big ad for that Alienware commercial is coming out. Is playing Halo on an Alienware computer. Obviously, that's huge.
And you can buy like games off the Xbox market on the Windows platform. So it's going heavily into like just computing by itself. It's pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. It's obviously been gaining tons and tons of speed. The PC gaming world was huge. 10 years ago, and where it was kind of on par, I think, almost with the systems, and now it's surpassed, and now it's skyrocketing past the consoles and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Consoles are good, but still, you just can't compete with a PC, obviously, just for sheer library.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons they're beefing up their security, is because they want to keep all these games and everything secure as well on your system and their platform. So, yeah, it's crazy right now. I don't know why there is any other security systems. It's funny.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. You remember like back in the days, like when you had like a computer, like even in the 2000s, you had to get you had to get some kind of security system set up. It was totally, you couldn't get a computer without, or else you'd be just asking for shit to go wrong with your computer.
You Google something, click on a web page, you got 10 viruses.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. How far we've come in just computing alone with just like that simple thing like that. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And they weren't cheap too. They weren't cheap at all. Some of you had to sign up for like a yearly subscription as
like
well.
$100 a year.
Yeah, exactly.
$100 a year. I was paying for Casper Sky before.
Yeah.
Like that used to be, in my opinion, the best one. Back when I was like going to school for like web development and stuff, that's what I was using. But Windows Defender. I think they changed it from Windows Defender to just Windows Security now. So it's the best.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well then, let's get right into it here. Let's talk some MMA news. I think it's kind of one of the most annoying articles of these last few weeks here, and it's one that I just speaking of clickbait, it's one that I just want to get past here, where they're really saying a whole lot of nothing. Is Dan Hardy being let go from the UFC? Obviously he said he had an altercation. Like I said, if you've been tuning into this story this week, it's really been article after article after article, all saying the exact same thing and not saying much. Basically just saying he got into an altercation with a female reporter or a female employee of the UFC about something. He's not saying what it was about, and he says he said it wasn't mean or rude, but it was an argument. He's not doubting that tempers were flaring. No one yelled, but it was a very stern argument from him, and I think it was probably obviously the way he talked to this person was the reason why he was let go. Maybe demeaned her or something like that. I don't know. And no one knows right now. And like I said, I'm just kind of fed up with the whole thing because everyone's coming out with the exact same fucking story, and it's all nothing. It's all nothing. Dan Hardy just coming out. It was rumored that he was also let go by BT Sports as well. That is not true. He's just going to be doing his own thing for right now. Could this lead, is what I'm thinking, does this lead to his fighting comeback, Kelly? And does it happen in the UFC or elsewhere?
I don't think he does fight again.
Really?
I think he's probably going to just keep maybe doing like a podcast or something like that, commentating on MMA. I think he just wants to stick to commentating alone. But I heard the argument was actually the woman said that he was everything he was doing was completely lawful, and there was nothing that was outside the law, so he was no outlaw. And he was very, very angry about this, and it just got heated. Back and forth shouting. He's like, I'm gonna break this window. She's like, no, you're not. He's like, you're fucking right, but I would if I wanted to. And she's like, no, you're not a criminal. And that's just how it went. Yeah.
You heard it here first. Breaking news. The part you forgot, though, Kelly, is he put the bandana on his face. He's like, oh, I'm no outlaw, eh? And he ties the bandana.
Canadian accent on it.
Ties the bandana around his face. Now tell me I'm not an outlaw. And she still said that you are not an outlaw.
She says that doesn't make you an outlaw. It makes you a good citizen wearing a mask, sir. And he just got so heated. Yeah, it was just
exactly.
So that's what I heard.
Check us out on Twitter for the vocal recording of it. We have the recording of it.
Yeah.
Check out our Twitter page @andnewpodcast to hear it all. Definitely, it will not be clickbait. 100%. I can guarantee. Wink. Interesting. Oh, obviously coming off, his disagreement with Herb Dean as well. You know what I mean? Which I thought was out of line too. To be actually yelling at Herb Dean, not just criticizing him, but actually criticizing him is one thing. That's what his opinion is paid for. But actually yell at Herb Dean, I thought was out of line, especially at the event in front of cameras, not behind closed doors.
Yeah,
I think that would have been a much better, much smarter thing to do. So maybe that's what happened here as well. That he yelled at somebody in front of other people.
You can't do it publicly like that. That's fine.
No, and he got warned once, and then he obviously did it again. And only time will tell what actually was said. But I kind of just want to put this thing to rest. It's kind of interesting, and it is an interesting talking point, though, about what does happen. In my opinion, I don't think he comes back to the UFC. I think he's going to come back to kickboxing. I think he'll do like a kickboxing match, something of that nature. I don't know if he did come back. Could he do 170 still? I think the division is far past him. I think he wasn't a huge 170 back in the day, and I don't know how he could even compete with the 170s of today.
I think he could do a celebrity boxing match.
Oh, wow.
That's what I think he could do.
I think he'd probably do pretty good in that.
I don't think like there used to be like K1 kickboxing and stuff like that. I don't know if they're still doing it. I don't know if there's any promotion that can pay him enough to actually receive brain damage to fight like that.
Only one I can see is BNFC. That's really all I can see. That you know what I mean? That's kind of my thinking. I
just can't see him going there because he has money. He doesn't need it. So
no, I don't think he does.
So I think if he sticks to like podcasts because he does have a following. I think he said he was going to do podcasts. And then if he does that, and then maybe like if he does like celebrity boxing, I don't know, takes on Floyd or something. I don't know. I think that would work out.
That'd be interesting. That'd work. Not
better
bad.
Than Ben Askren, man.
Yeah, way better. I feel sorry for Ben Askren. You know what I mean? I don't know what's gonna happen in that fight.
I think he's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, and it's gonna make him. It's gonna basically turn his career into the absolute joke. He's got balls for stepping up to a YouTuber and wanting to fight a YouTuber.
Yeah, the guy's actually bigger than him. He's more athletic, I think. Actually, I can't say that because Ben Askren grappled fucking everybody. So
I know, but they're
both athletic.
I know, but that's perfect example. He never was a great stand-up fighter.
Yeah.
His whole thing was wrestling. His whole thing was this reason why UFC never signed him in the first place, because he just would ground out dudes.
Yeah, he's super stiff, striking. No, I think he's going to get knocked out, man. I think it's going to be bad.
Fucking weird.
Because, at least the other guy has boxing experience.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy, Ben has none.
Basically none, yeah. He's got MMA boxing.
He has, tons of MMA wrestling and wrestling.
And he got whooped in his one, and it was just an exhibition match. But this guy the guy that he got whooped to is one of the best wrestlers, the best collegiate wrestlers. This guy's so good. He's saying, I'm not going to MMA. Forget about it. Basically one of the best, wrestlers of the decade, basically so far. I can't remember the guy's name, and he just manhandled Ben Askren. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, jeez, man.
And that's in wrestling. But like I said, interesting talking point, and I hope we get some actual news on it, and not just clickbait. Huge news coming out of the George St. Pierre camp. He will be returning to Karate Combat Season 3 as a commentator. Huge news. I think it's going to be great to have GSP, a huge karate guy, and he loves the sport, and said, even in his interview, he said that if Karate Combat was around when he first started, he would have definitely joined it. Really cool. Good for GSP coming out and joining something else, widening his brand. He's obviously going to be coming back as Balrock with the new. He's obviously going to. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the brand new show on Disney Plus, the Winter Soldier and Falcon. Because apparently there's rumor that GSP is making an appearance on the show as well.
They have like Disney Plus or some shit now. Is it going to be like on regular Disney?
It's on regular Disney Plus. Yeah, I'm pissed off with that shit. But I kind of understand it's for movies. If you want to buy a movie, but just make it. Don't make it. It's like that's like Disney Plus Premium is what it's called. And when I turned it on, I was like, "Are you guys fucking serious?"
Yeah, there's already enough streaming services.
Yeah,
so you don't need like different tiers of the streaming services.
I know exactly, and I was kind of upset by it, to tell you the truth. But I just thought, don't do the tier thing. Just do like it's only a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? You could rent it.
Yeah.
You rent it through the streaming service, and that's how you do it. It was a cartoon. I can't remember. Raya, I think, is the name of the cartoon. It looked kind of dumb, anyways. My kids weren't even really into it. It's like the last dragon. It didn't look great. I'm sure it's gonna tug at your heartstrings like all these Disney cartoons do. But as far as one for people to pay for, my kids weren't that interested.
I think it's funny how much more they'd make if they charged 99-cent rentals for all these movies. And instead of like a $10 service, you'd might even spend $20. Just be like, fuck it, it's 99 cents here. 99
Absolutely,
cents
good call.
You know what I mean? People can get fooled like that.
Good call.
I think they should just switch to that. And then if you don't want to, if you're on a budget, you could be like, I just rent like one or two a month.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I think it has something to do with. Can we talk about his hairstyle right now? GSP's hairstyle. Have you seen it, Kelly?
I think so. It's like a crew cut.
No. It's like no. He's got a new hairstyle now, where he's like growing his hair out now. Okay, so that's what's kind of thing. Like, GSP has had the same short, tight haircut his entire career. The super short hair every time everything he's going. Now he's actually growing it out, and he's got like blonde. He's got like a blonde top to it. So it's different, but I'm just it's just for us Canadians, this is weird. You know what I'm saying?
See.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Looks like what's this guy is? He's from the U.S. I forget what his name is. He's like a host of CNN or something.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Looks like Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, I don't know if that's his natural hair color though. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Maybe he's got. I thought he would have had brown hair or something. Either way, maybe he's doing it for the movie. I don't know. Good for him if he got on that TV show.
Yeah, it does look like he has like brown roots in his.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe
bleached.
just did the tips.
Yeah.
Just did the tips. Weird though. Weird.
Yeah.
But hey, he can do what he wants.
Yeah.
Good for him if he is on the TV show, and good for him for doing Karate Combat. I think it's going to be cool. Going to get his name out there again to another audience. Karate Combat obviously doesn't have a ton of people, a huge audience. It's still somewhere else, and they promote the hell out of it. They have so you're going to have the accent of Boz Rutan and the accent of GSP on the same show. It'll be interesting, but it's going to make me tune in. And good on Karate Combat for reaching out to GSP. How much he's getting paid for this, I don't know. It must be a lot. I can guarantee it's going to be a lot. And I think that's what GSP has done very smartly, is advertise his brand. Especially living up here in Canada, we see more advertisements obviously than you do in the States. Like he's a part of like a boot company, like a work boot company. You know what I mean? But he's advertised himself properly, and he's not throwing himself to everybody, selling steaks and selling cars and that type of thing, or selling weights. He's been selective with what he's selling right now, and good for him, and to be able to grow who he is. He's smart, thinking about his future. He can't fight forever, and he really thought about his future. And I think he's obviously living comfortably now, and will live comfortably for the rest of his life. Good for him. That brings us to probably the most shock announcement of this week here, Kelly. We will see Michael the douchebag Chandler take on Charles Bronx Oliveira for the vacant 155-pound belt, UFC 262 in Texas. To the shock and awe of Justin Gaethje. I guess UFC was kind of upset with him coming out and talking shit about Michael Chandler, as I have been a very vocal person about talking shit, and this kind of upsets me. You get one fight, you beat the number 9 guy. What was Dan Hooker, number 6 in 155, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're in the title picture over top of Justin Gaethje, over top of Dustin Poirier. I guess Dustin Poirier wants the money rather than the belt right now. This obviously means much more to him. Now I think, obviously, now we will see Conor McGregor. Winner of Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, will be taking on the winner of this bout. And it's a huge fight. It's a huge fight. I hate Michael Chandler. I am absolutely loving Charles Oliveira. And we will see it go down live. UFC 266 in Texas in front of a full crowd, Kelly.
I'm betting all my Bitcoins on Charles Oliveira.
Whoa!
I think his reach and his ability to scramble, stand up, and strike while getting up. He has so many tools, his elbows, his knees. I think he's going to win that fight.
Absolutely. Me too. Dan Hooker, didn't look like Dan Hooker in that fight. Same style, more of a lanky dude, but obviously Dan Hooker doesn't even have an ounce of what Oliveira has on the ground. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what obviously Michael Chandler's going to be very, very worried about. Going to the ground with the dude who has the most UFC submissions in the history of the UFC. No one wants to do this, so I think he will try, but I think obviously Oliveira's he must have a smart camp, because it seems like every one of these fights he comes into, he has a better game plan every single time, and that was showcased in the Tony Ferguson fight, where he was level-headed in that fight as well. He didn't rush it. He drew it out, ground and pounded him every round. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't exciting, but he was getting dominant rounds every single round, and he knew what it took to win over a very tough dude on his feet. A much lankier dude than Michael Chandler on his feet. Does Michael Chandler's wrestling help him out, his defense wrestling? Only time will tell, because we've seen Charles Oliveira turn into this crazy-ass wrestler for a jiu-jitsu guy. His takedowns are amazing. I hate Michael Chandler, and I love Charles Oliveira, so don't even need to ask my opinion on who I want to pick to win this fight. And I'm betting the farm on Bronx Charles Oliveira to be walking out of Texas with the 155-pound strap securely around his waist.
I think he must have some sort of record of strikes off his back too.
Yeah, I know. They were talking about that a little bit last night too. When they were mentioning it, that's the first guy came to my mind was Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Whose grappling is going to be better, and do we see Michael Chandler throw caution to the wind? I 100% want to see his piss test. If Michael Chandler's not being piss tested, I think that's going to be a disservice to the crowd of people. That's for damn sure. Get this dude a piss test, because he looks like he's roided. He looks like he's on a TJ Dillashaw diet.
I think he has Charles has a much higher shot of knocking him out than getting knocked out.
Yeah.
When was the last time Charles was even knocked out? I can't remember.
Quite a while back.
Fucking forever ago.
Yeah, I don't know if it was all that long ago though. Let's break it down here.
I know he can take a shot though.
He has been knocked out. I think he had quite the streak of knockouts against him, to tell you the truth.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah, he was one of the those dudes that UFC never gave up on. He had some ups, he had his downs. He fought all the way up to 145 against to Max Holloway.
Yeah.
So he's been headlining cards since 2015, and that was when he got his esophagus got cut inside his neck. Yeah, he fell awkwardly and cut his esophagus. He got KO'd by Cub Swanson, Donald Cerrone. Has had a few losses, but a bunch of losses actually by being subbed as well.
It looks like since he's moved up to 170 though, he's just been on a tear.
155, you mean?
Oh, 155.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
No worries. And he's been fighting in the UFC since 2010. 11 years in the UFC. That's crazy.
Damn.
Had some ups and had his downs. Frankie Edgar he lost to. A lot of submission. He got guillotined twice in a row by Pettis and then Ricardo Lamas, getting knocked out by Paul Felder. That was his last loss, was Paul Felder.
Same thing happened to Robbie Lawler. You know, he just kind of like had wins and losses, and then all of a sudden he was just like,
got it together.
Yeah.
Interesting bit of 6 degrees of separation, though, is that he has a win over Will Brooks, who Will Brooks has 2 wins over Michael Chandler.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. And he rear naked choked him.
Must be confident then.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think confidence is good going into a title fight.
Absolutely.
If you get nervous, you start to seize up a little bit.
You know what? Kevin Lee's another one, too. Kevin Lee is a very dominant wrestler as well, and he's got a huge win over him. And he avenged his loss to Jim Miller with a rear naked choke, but I think that was the Lyme's disease Jim Miller. That's about it, really, for the... Jonathan Brookins. Yeah, that was a guy that kind of fell off the face of the earth. Very interesting. Good, interesting 6 degrees of separation. I forgot about that. He had fought Will Brooks, who was Michael Chandler's kryptonite. Another huge announcement also on the same card will be aforementioned Tony Ferguson versus Benil Daryush, going down also in Texas. Now that is a matchup I want to see. That's, I love the other matchup of Chandler versus Oliveira, but Tony Ferguson versus Daryush, this one has fireworks written all over it. Daryush has been in nothing but wars his last few fights here, and this is the one fight I think you could give Tony Ferguson, Kelly, to, where it could be a good win for him, because just, Daryush's only downside is his chin. His grappling is off the scales, but his chin has been suspect, but that's what we've been seeing in these Daryush fights, is where he gets knocked loopy and then he throws caution to the wind and just fights his balls off. And who else fights that way? Tony Ferguson. So I think this one's gonna blow the roof off the house when it comes down to that. Also, that card. Do we have this as the? Oh, it's obviously going to be on the main card, and I bet you there'll be probably another belt announced on this fight as well. So even if we don't, how crazy is 155 has turned into this mega weight class, Kelly. And in the earlier days of the renaissance of the the unified rules of MMA and the UFC rise in the early 2000s, there wasn't even a 155-pound division. Yeah. It didn't even exist. And here we have it as, and I think obviously the help was obviously Conor McGregor coming over to the decision, coming over to the division. I mean, I'm not an idiot, and that's obviously what has helped this division, but it's been garnered by a lot of killers, a lot of them, and I think time's ticking on some of them. Obviously, Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson. Do we see Max Holloway move to 155? That's been rumored a lot. Does he still have any tread left on his tires though?
I think he's gonna have issues like Izzy, where he can't put on weight.
Yeah, he's got the height. That's why everyone thought Izzy would be able to put on the weight easy because he was so tall, but it didn't turn out that way.
No.
Same with BJ Penn was another dude where he just really couldn't put on the weight very well. But 170 he beat Matt Hughes in kind of a fluke, but at at 170 he got manhandled by everyone else.
Yeah,
absolutely manhandled.
Max he just kind of has that build.
He does.
Everyone's kind of built differently, and I think his build works perfectly for his division too.
Yep, absolutely.
So I don't know if he wants to come up. You know what I mean?
It just kind of one. It's kind of weird how 145 has kind of been one of that division where it's kind of been stretched thin because either dudes have moved up or dudes have moved down. Yeah, we're seeing that, and it's kind of interesting. Aldo and Edgar, they both went down to 135, and then obviously we see Poirier and Conor both went to 155, just to name a few. Of these dudes who've kind of vacated the division and kind of left. Ortega is there to stand. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's the super shitty news of that fight being canceled against Volkanovski. Super shitty news for next week going down, but. It's I don't know between those two dudes. I think Volkanovski defended the belt once in 2020, just because there really isn't that many dancing partners. Because Max Holloway, number one, keeps beating them all up, and no one wants to keep seeing Max Holloway versus Volkanovski forever, because it wasn't really that the first two fights weren't that great, to tell you the truth. They had action, but 25 rounds of the two dudes doing the same combos over and over again gets kind of boring.
Yeah.
But I'm calling Tony Ferguson versus Daryush to steal the show, one way or another. And one way or another, I think obviously someone's going to get knocked out or choked out. It's going to be very interesting. But I'm saving the best for last here, Kelly. Biggest announcement of the week, of the year, will be the next fight for the 170-pound belt. Will be Kamaru Usman defending against none other than Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. Street Jesus gonna run it back, and he's ordering a second 3-piece and a soda for Kamaru Usman. And I give it to Kamaru Usman. I've hated him since day one. He had a lot of boring fights in his earlier fights, and he's starting to get it together. He used his fame and success for the best, and he hasn't let his foot off the gas pedal. I respect that for Usman, because we see it time and time again that fame kills. And he's tired of Usman saying, "Hey, yeah, give me a full training camp and I'll beat you up." You know what I mean? So he's really putting it all on the line here. He's really putting it all on the line and saying, "I'll give you your rematch. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?" And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Where has Stephen Wonderboy Thompson been throughout this whole discussion? Because he's been winning he's been winning a handful of fights, and Jorge hasn't fought since this. His fame has just gone absolutely through the roof. And if there's one dude or two guys, I'm going to say, where we see fame taking over their life, we have Kamaru Usman, who's the champ, who's been the champ for a very long time, finished the last guy he fought who was supposed to beat him. And we have the BMF champ in Jorge Masvidal, who, if he's very active on social media, it looks like he's living the lifestyle now, where Usman is living the gym lifestyle. Who do we see? And like I said, I'm the biggest fan of Jorge Masvidal. Loved him since day one.
Is this going to be champ versus champ, like belt versus belt?
I want to see that belt go on the line, though. That's why I want to see the BMF belt go on the line. I totally want to see it. It's got to be for it. It's got to be for it. Because you can't lose the guy twice and still be the BMF, the baddest motherfucker on the planet. You can't lose to a guy twice and still hold on to that belt. It's just math, man. You got to give it up to Kamaru Usman, is really the baddest guy on the planet right now. And let's see, I am so hyped, man. When you get that announcement of electricity, Kelly.
Yeah.
When I heard this announcement, my brain was processing the letters and the words on the page, it slowly sent a tingle up my spine of just anticipation. Of one hell of a fight. It's going to have that electricity in the crowd. There will be a small crowd. This will be going down in Jacksonville.
Which one has a full crowd?
The Texas one, 262, will have the full crowd.
Man.
I watched a video of a wrestling event, like a minor league wrestling event in Texas, of this guy Big Cass, who had been removed from WWE because for just being an asshole. So they kicked him out, basically, the WWE. And so now he's shredded, and he's been making all these minor league appearances, obviously just trying to help his resume out and get signed by somebody. And the place was jam fucking packed. It was just like the old days, man. It was just like the old days. Wow. This place was just in the seats of these wrestling events.
Where was this?
Texas.
Where
because me and Morgan, we always go to the local wrestling events here at ECCW, and don't steal my shit here, because they always tie up all the chairs together, just straight up shitty ass, folding chairs, but they strap them together, and you're too close. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing we do is I just fucking break the zap strap on his, break the zap strap on mine, so we can stretch out a little bit.
Yeah.
We're not going crazy. We're not taking up a whole section. Just stretch out my legs a little bit. But this place had those exact seats, Kelly, and these people were cheering. There was tons. Hey, I don't care. That's what I want it to be. That's what I've been talking about week after week. People coming into my work. That's what I've been talking about. Is I can't wait to be at a venue in someone else's drunk ass face, breathing in their stinky ass air, and being far too close to them and watching an event in a super sweaty arena with the deafening wall of sound of people talking to people and drinks being spilled and food being eaten and the lights and everything going. I crave that. I cannot wait for that to come back. I don't give a shit. Let's get this vaccine rolled out here, and let's get to that, because I was jealous as shit of these rednecks crammed into some fucking high school auditorium. You know what I mean? Fucking spreading COVID variants like fucking crazy. That's what I want. That's what we got to be at. It was interesting though, but I digress. It's cool because it's kind of hometown fight for both these dudes going down Jacksonville. Both from Florida. I know Jacksonville's in the north, and where they're from, they're both from Miami area, basically. Cannot wait for this to go down. Gonna be a tough one to bet against Kamaru Usman. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. But I am gonna 100%. Don't go with my bet. That's not gonna warn you. If you're a betting man, do not take my advice on this, because I'm betting with my heart on this one, and I'm betting with Jorge Masvidal. I hope he's got an ace up his sleeve. He's got one of the best training camps, the best training coaches in MMA in Mike Thomas Brown, and I think they're going to come up with one hell of a game plan to deal with that jab. That's what the hot topic on the whiteboard when they walk in to the game plan meeting for Jorge Masvidal is just in gigantic, bold letters, taking up the entire whiteboard, is jab. That's it! Exclamation point. Now, I don't like exclamation points. You know what I mean? He's got to learn how to deal with that jab. That's all he has to do, and he'll win the fight. Good. Holy shit! Lots of news that we talked about this week here, man. What about you, Kelly? Though, what working out did you hit up, man, this week? You gonna hit any goals? Any big gains you hit? Any working out at all? What do you got for us, man?
No working out at all.
Wow.
I strained I think the tendon in my elbow. So I haven't been lifting anything. I've been watching TV and playing Apex Legends.
Nice. That's a good way to have it off.
Yeah. So sorry, no updates for you.
No, that's all good, man. It's a rest. Yeah, that's a rest week is an update. That is an update. Rested. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, man.
Especially, we're getting the weather change. Obviously, spring, has sprung world, northern hemisphere wide, and I always get fucking chapped. Like my lips get chapped, my face gets dry as shit. I don't know, am I getting old or something? Everything. My lips get super chapped and my face gets dry as hell at the season change. It happens between summer and fall, and then winter and spring. That's the only time it happens.
Yeah.
I hate it though. I hate it, and that's exactly what I've done. That's what I'm trying to say. That's exactly what I would have done too this week. It's just taking a rest week, because I've been out of it with the time change too. I've never really been affected by the time change my entire life. This week, it knocked me on my ass.
Yeah.
That time change, I had never experienced, and that's the thing. I think it had to do with the weather change and everything all at once. It really knocked me on my ass.
Yeah, I'll show you right here.
Yep. Oh wow!
Yeah, it's like
what the hell?
It's deformed. Yeah.
What the hell? You could totally see it on the radio too. Kelly's elbow does not look normal.
So basically, I won't be lifting for a while.
Wow.
But when I went to the hospital, they did an X-ray. They said it's not torn. So I might need physio to build it back up.
Huh?
But it's just a little deformed right now.
Wowzer. Crazy. Well, it's good time to even more reason. Work out the left hand. Going.
Oh, I have been.
Kelly's going stranger in the dark.
Now that I can't use my dominant hand, my left hand's getting such a workout. It's just doing everything.
Yep. Everything. Wink.
I was actually I had to clean my wife's. Well, I didn't have to. I cleaned my wife's car for a birthday present or whatever.
Ah, nice.
I detailed it, but I had to use my left arm. What I was trying to say, what I had to do is use my left arm to clean it, because I couldn't use my right. And by the time I was finished, my left arm was so tired.
I could believe it. Yeah.
Crazy. I was just wiping down everything back.
And you did a terrible job too.
And it still looked like shit. So.
It was more dirty than before.
Actually, Listen, sign your name with your left hand. That's how terrible it looked.
That's hilarious.
That's so terrible the car looked
That's
when
hilarious.
I was 10. Like a left-handed signature. Actually, that doesn't work with your non-dominant hand.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
left-handed, that doesn't work.
Yeah, weirdos.
Yeah, weirdo. Oh, there's more artistic and stuff. I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
I almost forgot what handed I was.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. These waters.
Well then, let's get to it. Back by popular demand, reviewing the reviews. One place that was kind of interesting, I never even knew this place existed. America, what's up with you? Come and Go. K-U-M and Go. It's a chain of like gas station 7-Elevens in America. I know that's a kind of a niche thing in America, having these specific regional chains, where they're basically like more than 7-Elevens in certain states and areas. And this is one of them, a Come and Go. Out of Iowa.
Oh, that's funny.
Why? It's like, okay, so we don't want to have C-O-M and Go. Let's change it to K-O-M and Go. It's like, nah, that doesn't really work. All right, how about this? K-U-M and Go. Genius. They'll never liken it to male ejaculant.
Right next door is Jizz and Go, their competitor.
But it's like with a Y or something.
And then people are like, why the Y? And you're like, why anything?
Oh shit. Why living?
Why the whole name?
Super weird though. Like, why this name? I would have changed it. Like, so how has nobody? I know it's like a brand and everything like that, but you gotta rebrand this. Come on, people. It's been around since the '90s. Super weird. Come on, America. And I guess their thing is like pizza, so it's like a lot of like a quick picks place where like it's a gas station. We can go in and get like a nasty ass fucking microwave pizza. Yeah, it's their whole thing is pizza and donuts. Really, very weird. And gas. But I just never. I don't think I've ever gotten. I know that 7-Elevens here have that whole thing now with the chicken bites and the chicken wings and pizza and that type of shit. I don't think I've ever gotten the pizza from there though. I'd rather just go, get a microwave pizza or something like that. It's gonna be the exact same fucking thing.
So what is it? It's pizza, gas, and donuts?
Yeah.
Damn. They got you covered.
I know. They just come and go.
That's like the drunk person's dream.
Pretty much. They have like pre-made salads and like the obviously the fruits and so it's almost kind of like a little bit like the deli area in some places, but just kind of weird.
Everything.
Yeah, just everything. Oh, they have like iced teas, like handmade iced teas and that type of shit too. So okay, I'd give it a shot just to take a picture in front of it, like laughing, come and go. Obviously.
I mean, the name is stupid, but like what they have, people prefer to like make one stop to do things.
Of course.
And if you're just like, hey, it's late, we need dinner, we also need gas, and we need this and that, fucking everything is there.
Come and go.
And they can even get the like donuts for dessert or like whatever.
Yeah, I'd eat that. This one here, and it is perfect example to your point, Kelly, because this one's in Colorado. They're very popular in Colorado, the stoner state. And this one here, but they don't have a whole lot of reviews. For some reason, they're not really getting the review people. But I found one here with the most reviews I could find, and it's got a lot of bad reviews too.
Probably because it's a stoner state, and how many stoners leave reviews?
That's true. Because they're too busy coming and going too.
I'm too busy getting stoned.
That's what somebody should do. They should say, "I came and gone," something like that.
I came and gone in the bathroom.
This one exactly. This one here has 3.8 stars out of 45 reviews only. And it is currently open. The tags are clean. pizza and morning are the tags. You get pizza in the morning. Here's the first one here, Kelly. SR 17 reviews, 5 photos, 1 star, 6 months ago. Visit twice a week normally, but this morning I walk in. Period. Coffee machine is broken. Older man had to be new. Ask for gas and smoke. So I gotta stop this one here. America. Usually I'm always bitching about people like not using periods to end the sentence. This guy's using like hundreds of periods. There's more. There's so many periods. Ask for gas and smokes. He sent me more than 5 minutes just asking multiple times what color. Might be colorblind, but on American Spirits, they have the color printed on packages. So either way, should have found it. So after that, I decided I'd go across the street to spend the 120 that I was planning on spending.
Whoa! Baller!
Whoa. Sad. I enjoyed this location for a long time. And if I walk in this location again, that older man is there. I won't be wasting my time here anymore. Wow.
$120 is what he said?
So you're spending $100 on gas and then 20 on smoke. Big whoop. Most people do spend that when they fill up their tank. I don't know where you're getting at here. 100. I don't.
No, he's just saying how rich he was.
I know.
Humbleberry.
I was filling my tank.
He's filling it. Not everybody can fill the tank.
He wasn't just putting $20 in. Not this guy.
I wish
he
I
was
could fill mine.
filling his tank.
I wish I could fill my tank. It's too expensive.
Woo! Watch out, ladies. He's rolling around town with a full tank of gas.
I have to fart on my wallet to get gas money.
No. No gaslighting his ride. Well done. What a moron. 5 stars.
What a moron.
So many periods.
5 stars.
So many periods. Someone with a ton of pictures. All right, this one's just weird. JB, 3 reviews, 5 stars a year ago. Favorite gas station. Wonderful employees, and the store is always kept very clean. Had a few rough experiences with a young male who used to work there, but other than that, great establishment. A few. It's kind of weird. Rough experiences in the bathroom. Am I right?
Oh, he came and went.
I got the full come and go experiences, if you know what I'm saying.
Wink.
That's what I'm saying. It's so stupid. Oh boy. Oh wow, you got $1 fountain drinks with a reward card. That's interesting. I'd be down. I'd be down for that.
American, right?
Yeah, exactly. They give away pop down there.
That's like a $30 Canadian?
Yeah, no, but still, obviously, you'd be an American citizen in order to have that card.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah. Here you go. Bad reviews. PD 9 reviews, 1 star a year ago. The person I was waiting for to take my pizza order was cleaning the donut case. Shoved a whole donut in their mouth as they were turning towards me, chewing while coming to take my order. I walked out. We'll never go back.
Maybe she was hungry.
Spitting out donuts.
That's rude of him.
Super rude.
She might have been hangry and had to eat it. Maybe she's diabetic, needed to I don't know, low blood fucking sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say something, stand up for her somehow. She needed the donut right then.
Exactly. She was about to pass out. How do you know she didn't have a medical condition?
Hypoglycemic. I don't know. Something.
Okay, there's a few more. I'm going to read a few more. There's 3 more I'm going to read here that are really, really good. This one's quick, too. This one's JSV, 5 stars, 9 months ago. This guy has 37 reviews and 975 photos. And this is just the review. It's short and sweet. You sell Red Line Blue Raz, bang, pizza at 5 a.m. and coffee. And he's got like the shades emoji and America emoji. Well done.
See, the pizza and the coffee at 5 a.m., I guarantee you he was at a tailgate or like just drinking like heavily into the morning.
And to add bang in the middle. He adds bang in the middle. Love it. Love it. And I wonder what this Red Line Blue Raz is. I wonder what the hell that is.
Red Line's energy drink.
Oh, okay.
So he was fucking up all night.
Yep.
Now he wants an energy drink and some pizza and whatever else he wanted. Yeah.
Blue raspberry was like what is like my favorite. It's like one of my favorite flavors when I was a kid. It's like so sour and like love it. Love it.
Red Line is like it was originally like a pre-workout energy drink, but I think they moved to like the,
really?
Yeah, I think they moved to like the kind of Red Bull type of deal. Monster.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now you know. Thanks for that, Kelly. TS7 reviews 1 star a year ago. Never have stuff made early in the morning, and I have now been ID'd multiple times for purchases I was not making involving tobacco products. What? ID'd multiple times for purchases I was not making involving tobacco products?
So she'd be like, put her purchases down, they'd ring it through and be like, can I see your ID?
Yeah.
And she'd be like, for what? And they'd be like, for tobacco products. And she's like, I'm not buying any tobacco products.
That's weird. I shouldn't have to show my ID if I'm not making the purchase. That's a Walmart policy, not the law.
Oh, you know what? I seen a video where there was this store in the U.S., and it was store policy to show ID for purchases, for like all purchases. I'm not sure why. It's just like some sort of thing, but like everybody in the store just like kind of knew it. I think it said on the door must show ID for purchases, something like that.
Weird.
I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a tax purposes or something like that.
Huh.
I know they have different states and counties and all that stuff, so maybe it could have been for tax purposes to show that you're from that state or something. I have no idea.
Super weird.
But this one woman was just like freaking out because she did not want to show her ID. But like everywhere it said must show ID for purchases.
Weird.
Yeah, and the woman at the till was just like, well, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't ring it through without punching your ID number into the till. It will not open.
That's super weird. Yeah. Huh. I've never heard of that before.
So I don't know. Maybe if there's a U.S. fan out there, email us.
Yeah, let us know what the rules are.
Yeah.
And the night staff desk was also pretty rude about it when we questioned this happening March 23rd at 10:30. So please look into dealing with this individual. Wowzer.
Huh.
Can't find the newbie reviews. Not enough reviews to really find the newbie review, unfortunately.
And
here it is.
I don't know if you can, like, you know, get somebody in trouble for IDing you. Like, I don't know where that would go.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause I don't think it's legally they have a right to be able to do it, but it's weird. Very weird. Let's round it out here, Kelly. JU1 review and new podcast newbie review. 1 star. 2 years ago, pre-COVID. Cashiers were horribly rude to me and my boyfriend. Wouldn't allow us cash back, but still charge us a penny for nothing. Didn't even pay back the penny when the cash didn't go through. Treated my boyfriend like a criminal. Felt like it was a race-related issue. Terrible. Wow. I'm kind of confused here. So I think what had happened was they probably went for the cash back, but didn't have any money in the account. I think that's what I'm thinking here, but they had to charge him a penny. So, like, how are they going to take the penny out? You know what I mean?
That
So
doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense at all. And how are they going to do a refund on a penny of nothing? So are they just getting cash back and nothing else? Super weird, because they're saying they didn't do anything else but cash back.
I don't know, that's shady, if you ask me.
Sounds shady to me.
If I worked at a place and someone's like, I just want to do cash back, I'd be like, we are not a bank. Like, there's an ATM usually in these stores too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But they probably didn't want to pay the ATM fee, but it's like, no, like, it's not a bank. There's an ATM.
Very weird, eh?
Yeah. No, I think that's shady as fuck.
Shady as shit to me, yeah. Very weird. Come and go. You did very well. And we're going to come and go to the commercials here. We'll be right back after these brief messages. Here at Come and Go, we're here to serve everybody in the community. Stoners, frat kids, little kids, parents, even cops, with all these delicious donuts, coffee, and pizza 24/7. And if you meet us in the bathroom, we'll show you what come and go really means. Wink. Come and go since 1992. Getting it done and wanking you some.
I like it. That's a good motto.
Not bad.
Is it written above the door?
Of the bathroom.
The bathroom?
Are you tired of being thirsty? Drink some water. Been hydrating your throat since 1 AD. Water. It tastes like nothing. Also good for a hangover. We recommend not injecting it into your butthole. Or your pee hole. Only for oral use.
Or if you're getting a colonic.
That's a special, like, saline thing or something.
Or is it?
Still has some water in it.
I don't know. Tell me more about colonics.
I'll get you cleaned out. That's all I gotta tell you. Only use them if you have to. Not for fun purposes. Or sexual purposes.
Sexual. Ugh.
Purely medical. That's what I'm saying. It's not for that.
Who would think it is?
A lot of people on the internet, apparently.
They go to a store like, colonic, what does this do? Oh, you shove it in your butthole and it sprays water and it gets all the shit out. That sounds hot.
For some reason, people are into that, man. I don't know. I do not see it myself. Very weird.
Oh, man. Oh,
Whew.
good commercial.
Sell itself. Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed our commercials. Go grab yourself a cold, tall ladder on the house. Glass of water on the house. And you know I'm talking tap water.
Oh, shit, the colonics got away from me. It's getting everywhere.
I can't hold it no longer. Make sure you're within walking distance of the toilet before using any colonics.
They're just doing a shower, so I don't
Yikes.
know. Yikes.
So one way to get cleaned out. It's our new sponsor.
The shower colonic. Brought to you by the same people as the good day.
And the douche.
And the douche. And the sink douche.
Everything with blasting water in your holes.
We got you covered.
Jeez Louise. Oh boy. Let's get back on track here, Kelly.
Brand name, Water Trout.
Oh my god. Whew. Whew wee. Okay, alright. Let's talk some motherfucking video games. I didn't play a ton of Cyberpunk this week, last few weeks here, Kelly, but I did get a great amount of the game in. It's really starting to turn around for me, too. I've done so many side missions, so many fucking side missions. I'm level 31, and I got tons of street cred now, and I'm just kind of finding that I'm just walking into places and just blowing everybody up in Kingdom Come and just fucking them all up with my hacks and shit like that. My guy's pretty juiced up with shotgun shit and everything like that. So I've just been focusing on the main missions, but I did a side mission actually on the way to do a main mission. That's what's just so crazy. With if you don't clear up these side missions, my God, you can't walk 5 feet without a side mission coming up. So I did this one side mission. It was actually kind of interesting for a side mission. Most of the time, you're going to go and kill a dude, or there is the random ones, and that's what this one was. This one was totally a random one. And I go to it, and it's like these bums, protecting a briefcase. And you're just instantly start questioning them. You're like, where did they get the briefcase? And they end up instantly start shaking in their boots, and you just threaten them because my body is like my attributes of my body is so high I can threaten people, because I guess I just just has to do with the opening up the dialogues, with the different abilities you have, like these other RPG games I've done in the past. So I threaten them and I scare them away, and I get the briefcase, and the briefcase leads me to this coordinates to this place out in the kind of the middle of the desert. So I go and follow the mission, go into the desert, and it's protected by all these security guys, and I fuck these dudes up, man. And I never messed this group of guys up, Kelly, like just especially for being wide in the open. So they kind of stuck out like a sore thumb to me, where I could have attacked them all. So it was just how I really messed these guys up. I used my full arsenal of everything. First dude, I fucking hack him, I make him go blind. Walking behind him, snap his neck. Next guy, I blow his brains out one shot with my sniper rifle.
Damn.
Other two dudes, I give them a contagion, and my contagion I just upgraded as well with my intelligence. I upgraded so all of my hacks, they actually go farther now too. So when I make one person sick, I have a greater chance to make other people sick around. I give one dude a contagion, he makes 3 other people sick because they're all super close to each other. They're all messed up now. Rocket launcher them with my arm rocket launcher and shotgun the last dude to death. It was just like, I didn't even take a fucking scratch in this one. Just totally cleaned house on these dudes. They didn't even really get a chance to fire off a bullet. That's what was just kind of so crazy and so creative about the game, Kelly, is just the amount of different ways you can play, and just even when you are playing as a certain melee or a gun dude or a shotgun guy or a pistol guy, there's still so many different ways you can do it with your mixing in your hacks and then mixing in your implants of whatever implant you have. Like I said, I have the missile launcher one, which I just upgraded as well to a legendary missile launcher too. So now it has 2 slots. I need to find items to be able to put in the slots to upgrade my missile launcher with different things. Like the one I have right now, just that the stuff it'll explode on impact when it hits a wall or something like that. And so it's just my God, just what an absolute game. And just like I said, it was just a super little fun little mission. I definitely want to play through. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing through the main missions now, just hopping through the main missions, and the storyline is absolutely incredible. The storyline is absolutely, absolutely nuts, man. Off the wall with just twists and turns and different times. You're always getting fucked around. Everyone's always out to get you. Everyone always is backstabbing you they always want your help, and it always turns out to be more, and they're always backstabbing you, except for this Pan Am girl I've been working with for a while. I've been hitting on her the whole time too, and she's finally, coming to my advances now, and I've done a bunch of cool missions with her. She has some cool missions for the nomads and crap like that. So we did a cool mission where we had this train slam into a convoy, and then we hijacked the convoy and it had like this massive mech on it. So we stole the mech and brought it back to her base, and I have to give her a day. I think she's going to end up taking over her nomad group or something like that. So we did that mission. I got to give her a day, and then I'll call her and go back. So in the meantime, I've been doing the main missions. This is actually just a side mission with her. So I've been doing the main missions. And the one mission was just absolutely crazy. So we with that Takamura guy, and we go do the mission to hijack the parade with the Arasaka daughter, and I'm fighting all these snipers and all these drones and shit, and my ability to kill drones is just super easy now. I've upgraded all my shit to fight drones. They can't even stand a chance against me just because I just short circuit them with my hacks, and it does so much damage to them. Just because there's so many multipliers I have where I have extra damage to drone multiplier, and I have it so my short circuit does more damage to drones as well. So they can't even, the biggest drone just gets, I just one shot him with short circuiting it. And so you get into this crazy man. Then Takamura confronts the daughter, and she just attacks him, and he stuns her. You take her to a room, and you are you're kind of not interrogating her, but you're talking to her at the same time, and she doesn't believe you. She just doesn't straight up. She just doesn't believe you. Thinks you're a liar. And then all of a sudden, boom! The place gets fucking raided by the police. They just take out the whole fucking wall of this place you're in. You fall through the ground, and you're saved. Kind of, you don't know where Takamura is. You're pretty sure he's dead. You're pretty sure you got crushed in the rubble. You were lucky enough not to get crushed in the rubble, so I'm sure Takamura will be making an appearance down the road, maybe to save my ass or something like that, because. From what it looks like, he got killed. But the guy he was with, the guy he gave us the information, this Oda guy, who was like him and Oda were best friends. I had to end up fighting Oda at the end of this whole crazy mission. I got to go to this net runner guy who's like controlling all the cameras. I disconnect the cord from his head, and Oda's right there on my ass, and he is fucking super crazy. He's got like this super power mask that protects him. He's got two katanas, and he's super fast. After fighting Oda, that's the kind of reason why I want to kind of rush through the game and finish it now, is to make a melee character, because it looks like melee characters are fucking insane. The phasing thing, just not being able to get hit and shit like that, it looks like a super cool ability to be melee, so I can't wait to try that out. I don't think I'm going to go with the Mantis Claws when I pick up the melee. I think I will go with this Electric Whip just to see how cool it is, and if worst case scenario, if I have to switch up, and I'm going to play on a harder difficulty, because I'm playing on normal, and I'm fine. Like I said, with all the side missions and everything, I find I'm really walking through the main missions now, obviously, because I've done so many side missions. But even then, the side missions got to a point where I really wasn't having a super hard time with them. They could be challenging at time, for sure, but I wasn't having a super hard time with them. And I think maybe that's just up at next time, just to play the game differently. I'll probably play as a street kid or something like that, and I'll be full out melee. Maybe I'll do my cool technique, which is like kind of like my sneaking technique, and see where it goes from there. Right now, the storyline is getting absolutely fucking insane. I won't talk about too much because it's all kind of tied together, and it's just absolutely just insane of what's going on right now. In the game, and I'll talk more about it next week. I'm kind of in the middle of something right now, so I'm going to save until I get to the conclusion, and I can fully talk about what happened, and just absolutely loving the game. I'm still loving it. Cannot get enough. But like I said, I'm kind of rushing through just to kind of get through. I've been playing it for a very long time. Enjoyed every second of playing, but I just kind of want to get to the end and see what happens. What about you, Kelly? What games you get up to this week, man?
Just Apex Legends, like always. Nothing's really changed in the game. But I've been switching up like my main. I haven't I don't know, like I haven't enjoyed playing like one character for a long period of time. Like I just get bored of using like the same tricks, I guess, every single time, or every like ultimate abilities and stuff like that. So I've been switching the person I've been using quite a bit. Because I was using Bangalore, I said most of the time last time. But yeah, I'm find myself using Gibby a lot. Just cause,
oh really?
Just for the fun of it.
Nice.
And some of the other characters, and I've been using Mirage a lot again. But so I was using a whole bunch of other characters, and then like I went back to Watson for the first time in a long time.
Oh yeah.
And so we just
like you were saying, you had like kind of just dropped her as a main altogether.
Yeah. So we had a big battle, and then out of battle, I'm watching my shield go up. I'm like, that's weird, because they didn't put down my little satellite thing or whatever it is that recharges everybody's shield. And yeah, it just recharges all the time.
Wow.
And then so we have another battle, and all of a sudden my thing starts recharging again. So after the game, I'm like, did they like buff Watson? And then I look it up, it says out of battle, she now recharges her shield.
Wow.
Yeah, so like it's kind of like Octane, where he recharges his life, but it's only out of battle will she recharge.
Yeah.
But that's a huge plus. Like you don't have to carry shields anymore.
That's insane.
That is insane. Like the only time you really have to carry shields is for the very end, where you have to like if you have one battle right after another. You know what I mean? You got to do it. But like for the most part of the game now, I've been playing Watson again because she's such a small character, and now that she can recharge her own shields, it's like a game changer. All I have to do is carry some heals, and then I carry 2 big shields for like end game. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's way different.
What a game changer.
Awesome. Yeah.
And what a just another good thing to say about this game of just how they keep tweaking little bits here and there. And like you even said, for a guy like you, Watson was your main, and now you fell out of favor with her. they added something else to make her. I'm sure it must have happened to a lot of people, and they've added just a tiny little thing to make people come back to her again. Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Unfortunately, though, they nerfed caustic so much that I won't use them anymore.
Ah, no.
Like his poison used to, like, if you just stood by one of his poisonous gas things and just stood there, eventually you'd die.
Right.
Now it's like maybe 25% of your health.
What?
Yeah, it's like nothing.
Ah.
So you could just keep laying those all over the place, and it does like a little damage and slows you down a little bit, and kind of.
Oh man.
And then the other thing is this big smoke bomb. You can't even. It's not even like blinding anymore. It doesn't blind anybody to see through, so you can see everybody in the gas now. So, like, I used to throw it and then pick people up.
Yeah,
like
all the time, yeah.
But now I can't do that because people can see me pick people up, and it doesn't even hurt them that much anymore, so they don't even care about it. So, basically, he's a huge target, and his abilities do next to nothing.
Wow, what a slap in the face to caustic players the world around.
Yeah, no, they'll buff him again.
They better.
They have to, because right now he's kind of a joke. He's going to be one of the least played legends. I think they do that to like because I've noticed Wraith.
Wraith.
She her portal, I used to be able to like put one portal outside the ring and then the other side inside the ring, and then the people could come through it if they're downed. Now if you put it outside the ring, it actually explodes and like doesn't work.
Really?
So and she was one of the most picked legends as well. So I think they actually nerfed a bunch of the most played characters, so people would start choosing the other characters.
Interesting concept. A bit annoying, but I can see what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? It's worked. It's been a strategy you've used many times where you found somebody you really like, and then something's really worked for you. So maybe they're just trying to shuffle through them, but the adverse effect, you could turn people off.
Yeah, totally. Like, a lot of people actually even choose names after people. They're like, this is my character, this is my guy. And they have like a million kills with that person. They don't want to change it. Now it's like, okay, well, my ultimate and my passive is pretty useless right now. So that's awesome. Especially compared to other people who can recharge their own shields.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like yeah, so I don't know how many people got nerfed. I think Revenant stayed about the same, because I played Revenant quite a few times. I'm actually having fun with him too, because he has a death totem. The only problem is my teammates suck like all the time. I'm sorry, but
get good.
There's no other word for it. And they don't play to their team's ability. They're all solo. Like I'm gonna say like one instance that happened first. Me and 3 people land, and then we're all playing together, and then one guy just runs out into battle and gets killed, and this is ranked, and then he leaves right away. So then you get a penalty if you leave right away without the countdown for your teammates to actually grab your banner. And we're like, what the hell? Did he think he wasn't playing ranked or something? Like, what the fuck was the plan? And then we ended up winning that game, just the 2 of us. Yeah, so it was like hilarious. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand this at all. So what was I going with this?
Maybe his hot pockets were ready.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so nobody plays as a team anymore. So with Revenant, he has that totem, but I have so many teams that like, oh, there's an enemy team right here. Let's rush and just go. And it's like, why not use my totem? You know I have it. It's a good ability. And then they never use it. The teams that actually use it, I always end up going like top 3.
Right. Wow, yeah, exactly.
With them every single time. The ones that don't, I'm like, okay, we're gonna lose, like, guaranteed. It was hilarious. And then like one game I was playing, there was like 4 or 5 teams that landed in the same place. Huge gunfire. One of my teammates got dropped. I revved him like 2 times, got dropped 3rd time, and then he got hit so many times that he just became the death box or whatever. I grabbed the tags. I'm like, I tagged the place I was running to. I'm like, yeah, I'm going this way. There's way too many teams.
Yeah.
I'm running, and then like maybe like good solid 5 seconds, not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but like 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Got 5 seconds later, he's like marking enemies. I'm like, I'm way over here. I'm gonna revive this guy because I'm not gonna fight 4 teams with 2 people, right? So then he's like, no, fuck, I'm gonna go fight. And then
my god!
He gets knocked, and then he's like, "What the fuck? Why'd you run?" And I was like,
you ran before the battle.
Yeah, I said nothing at that point. I'm okay. This guy's an idiot. So then I revived the third guy. And then, but he was a crypto, so I know that he got his drone and he could just go get the guy anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's like leaving him's nothing. The guy was still butthurt. He's like, don't pick me up. I don't want to be revived anyways. Crypto gets him anyways. It's really
awesome.
So we revive him, and then we win that game.
Wow.
And then I'm like, no man was left behind. He's like, you left my ass behind, fucker. And all this shit. I was like, no, we grabbed you. Like, what are you talking
I know.
about? You just stayed there earlier in the game. I didn't leave you. Like, I was like good 5 seconds off before you just like decided you're gonna fight instead.
And it wasn't like you told him, hey, I'm moving here.
Yeah, exactly. I marked it and everything. So he's the one who chose, no, I think we can take 4 teams. And then he got pissy because we revived him and we still won. So I don't know.
What a noob.
But yeah, I just need, like, it's just you need good teams and you need people who know how to play as a team.
A squad too, exactly.
Because ranked, you have to play teams. And not everybody wants to. And I think that's the biggest flaw of ranked. Like, you should be able to do solo ranked. Because there's so many people that need to go in that solo. Like, they just run off and do their own thing anyways.
Gross.
Yeah. And then they'll also like, there's people that will grab, like, everything that's on the floor in the beginning when looting. Even if they're like, okay, I have, like, extended light mag, heavy mag. I don't really need an extended energy mag and a sniper clip too. Like, just pick which ones you want to use that game. But they like hoard everything and then don't let their teammates have it. So they're all running around with like, you know, half the attachments on their guns, and they're going into battle like not fully prepared. And it's just like you have to play like a team.
Especially, you know, you're playing in ranked. Do you think everyone's got their shit together?
Yeah.
Right? It's not the case, unfortunately.
No, not at all. Not at all. I swear, like, sometimes, like, I'll play them, and someone, like, does, like, the stupidest fucking thing, and I'm just, like, thinking, like, did someone give their account to, like, their 10-year-old brother who has no idea what he's doing, and he's just like, okay, I got, like, a fucking P2020, I'm gonna go run out and battle, and then he misses every single shot and dies, and then, like, pings his banner, like, a million fucking times. Like,
that's good stuff. Hey, I'm over here. Yeah, we know. Yeah, you died instantly.
It's just like ting, 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 ting. As like there's 2 other teams fighting around him. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go grab you.
Yeah, right in the middle of the battle. That hopefully I live.
That makes sense. It worked out well for you.
Oh man!
It's always the person who dies first that calls their teammates like they says their teammates suck too.
Of course.
It's like, dude, we're still alive.
How'd you guys not carry me? You suck.
Yeah, I don't have like too much to say because they haven't changed much. Yeah. I think the new season's out for a while. They do. Of course. They do have a bunch of new skins right now, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
There's a new gameplay right now where they have like these heat. It's kind of like the ring itself, but they're like in the center of that ring.
Okay.
And they kind of move around once in a while, and I think they get bigger and smaller, and they just kind of make it so you really have to move around your gameplay. You can't camp.
Huh.
So that's pretty cool. But you can also get these heat shields, and you can carry like 2 at a time, or you can carry like a respawn banner.
Oh, okay.
Or something else. But yeah, you could use those to like kind of hide in these like heat bubbles or whatever.
Weird.
For a little bit, but yeah, so they have that.
And the heat bubbles will kill you if you didn't have like a heat shield?
Eventually.
Yeah.
So I think the event's called Chaos Theory. But it's nothing too special. I'm not sure. I think from what I remember, you might land with some gear, but I might be mistaken. I don't really play that. I just usually play ranked.
Yeah.
I did play it a few times because you can get like special icons and stuff like that. But then I decided it wasn't worth it because I have like icons that said I kill a whole team by myself and shit like that. So I don't know if like, oh, you survived the heat bubble is a good one. So I just like, fuck it, I don't need it.
10 heat bubble wins.
10 heat bubble wins. Oh man, there was one game I was playing. I was playing with the
the heat bubble game?
No. It was a ranked game. I was playing with the a last minute choice to pick up the triple take off the ground instead of a shotgun. And I was just like, oh, you know what? This is like a shotgun with range. but I didn't have a sniper rifle on it.
Okay.
The
scope?
The scope.
Yep.
So then, my team gets dropped, and there's two guys, and they're both shooting at me from a distance, and I managed to fucking drop both of them
with the shotgun.
With the triple take. It's a sniper rifle,
but
it has no scope on it.
Yep.
And I dropped them at a distance with no scope, both of them. With I think the first one took like 4 shots, and the second one took 3 shots. And I fucking killed them both.
Wow.
And then when I was going to pick up my team, I got third partied.
Oh!
Yeah.
Bastards.
But yeah, man, that triple take is awesome because it's like I say, it's like a shotgun with distance almost. Like
crazy.
You can use it at close distance, and it does just as much distance as just as much damage as the EVA 8, which is another big shotgun. It's like a semi-automatic shotgun. But you can fucking shoot at distance too and like hit like way across the map.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's like the best shotgun.
Oh, that's cool.
/ sniper rifle in the game. I always pick it up over everything else. I mean, if you can get like a longbow with a skull piercer and you're really, really good at doing headshots, that works better. But I'm not good at doing headshots from a long distance, especially when people are running around. I don't really know like how fucking to gauge it most of the time. But this triple take actually has a wider spread. So you can hit a bigger area as well.
Nice.
Kind of like a shotgun spread.
Yeah.
So, yeah, usually really good at hitting people across the map with it and everything. It's a very versatile weapon. So usually you'll pick that up if I can. But it was either that or a what the fuck is it called? The Massive. Massive is a deadly shotgun at close range, especially with a fucking, I don't know what it's called, the clip, the barrel thing on.
Oh, okay.
You have that, and it's like super fast shooting and super like damage. Like I usually can draw people really, really fast with that in close range.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah.
Nice. I think the biggest news to come out of Apex last 2 weeks was the Apex coming to Switch. It is now downloadable on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Huge news.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
How can you transfer your account?
I don't know. I think there was one game where I couldn't transfer my. Oh yeah, I couldn't transfer my kid's Epic account onto the Switch. It's just different for Fortnite, but I don't see why you couldn't. When it comes to Apex, because Apex is different. It's through Origins, so maybe you need Origins or some shit like that. I don't know. Huge news, though.
I'm going to Google it right now.
Yeah. A lot of people
news.
Super excited about that. And I think this opens the door. I don't think it's opened the door for it to come into Stadia as well. It's kind of like the, behind PUBG. PUBG was kind of like their staple game for Stadia. And...
yeah, you cannot transfer your accounts between platforms.
Shitty.
I was waiting forever. Like, I think if Apex Legends came out like a few months ago, I probably would have bought a Switch.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I think a lot of people would have.
But now it's just like I'm just good with PC now, man. Because now that it's on Steam.
Yeah.
Because Steam beat it to the punch.
Big time.
And like how many people use Steam? Like fucking probably more people than have a Nintendo Switch. You know what I mean?
By about 10 times over. Absolutely.
Times, yeah. So yeah, I think it's a little too late for me, but that would have been sweet.
No.
I would have been cool on that little.
Would have been super cool.
That little platform. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
Moving right along, Kelly. Let's talk some MMA and Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship number 16 going down this Friday. And we see Leonard Garcia win his retirement bout here, retiring right after his decision win in Bare Knuckle Fighting. And he's old too, took a ton of damage, beats Joe Elmore by decision. The one that was kind of controversial was Melvin Gillard getting TKO'd. Did you watch any of this card, Kelly?
No.
It was Melvin Gillard. I actually agree with Melvin Gillard on this one. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell he's doing in bare knuckle boxing to begin with. The dude's probably got one of the worst chin in combat sports right now. He's grossly, for a competitor in combat sports, he is grossly overweight for his size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He is fighting 2 weight classes. It looks like what he should be fighting for how tall he is too.
Sorry, what was it streamed on?
On their app. Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I should get that.
And but he was actually down. He gets knocked down. He's like leaning up against the ropes. He's getting knocked. He's like basically should be on the ground, and the ref lets him get the shit kicked out of him even more, and then eventually steps in to call the fight. But it's like he was like a downed opponent, so there should have been, he should have went to his neutral corner and let Melvin Guillard get up. Instead, he pounded him out, and Melvin Guillard actually got up pretty quick and protested right away, saying, "You know what the hell? You let this guy tool on me while I was on the ground, basically." So I actually agree with Melvin Guillard's with his protest of this, and I think the organization will take a look at this fight, and because to me it looked like it was an illegal strikes to a grounded opponent.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, is this gonna be NA or whatever?
Yeah, no contest. Yeah.
NC. Yeah.
We see Arnold Adams defeat Bobo Bannon by KO. Reggie Barnett in the co-main event, TKO's with DeMarcus Corey with a corner stoppage. And from the highlights, it wasn't a great card. Obviously you got Leonard Garcia as the main event, so I don't think a lot of people were tuning in. But it going down in Biloxi. You can't knock them out of the park every time, and I think that's what Bare Knuckle obviously realizes. They got some big cards coming up, and I think this was a good one for Leonard Garcia to retire with a little bit of cash in his pocket.
I like Leonard Garcia.
Yeah, me too.
He was a brawler.
Yep, I got nothing bad, and he was a good grappler too. I got nothing bad to say about Leonard Garcia.
You go out there and fight.
Yeah. Let's talk KSW 59 Fight Code. Going down in Poland. It was super shitty main event with Mariusz Pudzianowski being called back against the Senegalese bombardier Sangrin Ozaman Dia. He fell ill the day before the fight, but KSW calls up a last-second replacement in a dude who had never fought in professional MMA before.
Awesome. I like it already.
And Nikola Milovic. This dude doesn't look like a fighter. Let's just he looks like a big guy, but he doesn't look really like a fighter.
Wow. He looks like they just pulled him from a pub somewhere.
Pretty much.
Irish pub.
His gut would agree with you. And Mariusz Pudzianowski obviously beat the shit out of him in 1:10.
That's probably the old guy Connor punched at the pub.
Could have been. Yep, could have
And they're
been.
like, hey, this guy has a chin. Let's put him
up. We see Sebastian Prziba take the 135-pound belt from Antum Racic. Damian Janikowski getting a big win over Jason Radcliffe as well. And that's really about it. Oh, Darko Stozic gets a big win as well. KO win over Michael Warderick. And just was super shitty because I was actually looking forward to this when I recorded it on my PVR. I was actually really looking forward to this fight for the main event. Because the dude that Pudzianowski was originally supposed to be fighting was just this gigantic wrestler dude, this gigantic African wrestler dude. This dude was huge, and it was perfect. That's why I want to say, you want to put a freak show on with Mariusz Pudzianowski, world's strongest man versus other dudes, you go right ahead, Poland. And KSW's been getting it done. They've made an organization on the back of Mariusz Pudzianowski, and that's why I was kind of actually excited for this card to see the freak show. I really wanted to watch it, and unfortunately, it didn't pan out, and we didn't get the fight we wanted. But KSW's still getting it done, and my hat goes off to them for bringing in the last second replacement. No one wanted to obviously see some nobody do it, but you at least put on a show. The show must go on, and you guys did it anyways. Did people get they paid for? Of course they didn't. We get the fights for free here in Canada on Fight Network, so I didn't. I just paid my cable bill, so that's all I did. Let's talk UFC on ESPN 21. Brunson versus Holland. Good card. The whole card was really good. Obviously, the main event was a bit of a stinker. But I really, really enjoyed the card. Did great on my picks too, Kelly. Went 8-2 on my picks. Did really good on my picks.
Main event sucked.
The main event was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. We'll break it down here. Let's start from the bottom here. Bruno Silva getting a quick TKO victory over JP Buys. It was the two Buys. That was the first time a husband and wife were going to fight on the same card.
Yeah.
And they both lost.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, boy. Montel Jackson. Not that Montel Jackson. TKO's Jesse Strader in the first round. Trevin Giles, this was one of the fights I actually picked wrong, was in a close decision against Roman Dolidze. I thought this wasn't going to be Roman Dolidze's fight, but Trevin Giles came in with a great game plan, worked him on the ground, worked him on the feet, and takes the decision for it. Grant Dawson with a big last-second victory over Leonardo Santos, Kelly. 1 second left in the fight, he grounds and pounds him. 1 second left. If you watch the replay, it was probably 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But man, it was actually, he wins the fight by it was like actually KO. I guess it would be a KO. Just landing, Leonardo Santos goes for the heel hook in the dying seconds of the fight, and Grant Dawson's like, okay, I'm just gonna punch you in the face, and he did so 1, 2, 3 times, knocking his mouthpiece out of his mouth and getting it. I love the call outs afterwards. He calls out two people. I can't remember. Damn it! I remembered before, but I can't remember who he called out. He called out an actual fighter, and then he calls out Paul Felder for not following him on Instagram. I thought that was pretty funny, actually. So that was pretty good. But huge win with 1 second left in the fight, Kelly.
That's crazy.
I know. Macy Chazon getting a huge win over Marion Renault. That was actually a really, really tough battle between those women. They were really going back and forth. Marion Renault really, she had no business standing on the feet, but man, was she ever pegging Macy Chazon with just a super nasty straight every time she thought she was going to swarm her. She paid for it. Marion Renault, 43 years old, very, very tough in the division, but Macy Chazon, I thought it was a lot closer than the judges had it. The judges had it a full unanimous decision. I had that one a bit closer for Macy Chazon. I bet on Macy Chazon by, like I said, I had maybe 1 or 2 rounds for Marion Renault. So going to the judges, Macy Chazon won the 3rd round for sure, and I thought she definitely 100% needed that in order to be able to take the decision, and she does with with really swarming her, landing that really nice hook on Marion Renault, and just every time she got taken down, she would get a takedown of her own as well, and get out of Marion Renault's takedowns. Tai Tuivasa. Really, people got to start watching out for this dude, beating up his last second replacement in Harry, the worst last name in the world, Hunsucker. Harry Hunsucker gets getting KO'd, getting TKO'd in under a minute. Tai Tuivasa, really, I love that calf kick he was throwing. That calf kick fucked up Harry Hunsucker. He landed 3 right off the bat, Kelly, and fucked him up. Harry Hunt just wincing in pain, visibly hurting his foot from all those calf kicks. Yeah. And then Tuivasa, then once he knew his feet were hurt, I'm going to punch you in the fucking head. And that's exactly what he did. But Hunsucker really cranked Tai Tuivasa there right off the bat, cranked him really good, but he just glanced it off and came back with an even more schmucking blow, smacking him in the side of the head, knocking him down, and then grounding him out with some ground and pound afterwards.
Gets it done in under a minute.
Yeah. Just like come and go.
That's another one of the mottos.
In and out in under a minute. No boy. Now there we go. Adrian Yanez getting a sweet ass KO victory over Gustavo Lopez in the 3rd round here, right in the beginning of the 3rd round. Good win for him. Then we see the one where these women really got into it. Montserrat Ruiz versus Cheyenne Buys. That was a really good back and forth fight. Ruiz was just constantly getting the head tackle takedown all fucking night, and Buys had no answer for it. One of the craziest, bulldog choke takedowns. I'd never seen somebody have such a hard time with that ever. It was just so weird for her to constantly getting taken down in that same move every fucking time, and then the same result happening too, where she was really taking a lot of damage on the ground. Bai's really landed some good shots standing up, and then it would just force Ruiz to just go for that same takedown and get it again. But them getting into it at the end of the fight, whoo! Watch out! They're flipping each other off, and saying Bai is saying she's gonna follow her home to her house and shit like that. Whoo! That's what you want to see in fights. You want to see people have hate, and they definitely had it. They were fucking mad. Close decision, but I think Ruiz. That was my only other fight that I lost on the night. And Max Griffin, watch out for this dude, man. Max Griffin's been a tough dude. He's been in the UFC for quite some time now, and he gets probably his biggest victory to date with a huge one over Kenyan Song. Oof, what a knockout. Just to land that huge schmucking right, and then to follow it up with a left and a right afterwards. Totally knocking him right the hell out. That was a crazy ass knockout. And let's break down Max Griffin here. Max Payne Griffin, fighting out of Sacramento, California here. Had up and down. He's got a win over Mike Perry. He's been fighting in the UFC since 2016, so I guess you could still consider him a young gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fights in the UFC. That's a lot of fights in the UFC. He's a split decision over Joachim Spirit Wolf, a guy who was a Bellator crazy fighter, good fighter back in the day, kind of more of a wild style guy, and made his way to the UFC, losing actually his first fight to Colby Covington. His first fight in the UFC was against Colby Covington.
Damn,
tough.
That's a hard way to break your UFC debut. And then
he beats Eric Montano. And then he gets Zaleski dos Santos. That's another tough fighter, too. And then he gets the win over Mike Perry. Curtis Melander, another tough dude. Thiago Alves gets a split decision loss to him. Then gets the win over Zemlin Imadev. Loses to Alex Moreno. Loses to Alex Oliveira, to Cowboy, by split decision. He's only really losing these by decisions, except for Colby Covington TKO'd him. All the other ones were decisions he lost to, which is not nothing to hang your head down on. And then he's rattled off one TKO victory and then another KO victory. Watch out for Max Griffin, because if this good dude could stay healthy and keep it together, he's going to be a handful for anybody at 170. Huge win for him, obviously, with the main event going down last second. The co-main event going down last second to COVID problems with Gregor Giuseppe. And also the woman, she was from the last Ultimate Fighter, Juliana Stornorich, or whether how you pronounce her name, getting on the scale twice, Kelly. She steps on the scale, her knees start to wobble, she passes out, they let her get on the scale again. Kelly. She stands at least this time for a few seconds before the wobble starts kicking in, and she takes a hard tumble after that one. Yeah. Bad move.
Hydration, man.
Yeah. It's a huge problem in combat sports, especially in the UFC. We have people fainting on the fucking scales, and how they let her get on this after she faints once. The doctor should have been called in. She should have been taken to the hospital.
Yeah, I've heard of people fainting in the back before.
Yeah.
But never on the scale.
Yeah. Twice.
Yeah.
Whew.
I think it's good that she made it such a public display and issue.
Really did.
Yeah.
Really did.
Now it needs to be addressed, hopefully.
Absolutely. They got to come up with some kind of strategy. They got the money, they got the scientists, they got the doctors. They got to come up with some kind of strategy. Have the conversation.
Yeah, they're making all the cuts. They have money now.
Have the conversation. Exactly. They got rid of that. They got Alistair Overeem's. Use Alistair Overeem's paycheck. You know what I mean? I think he was making like $650,000. Make one of his paychecks. Give it to a scientist to figure a plan out. At least some kind of strategy for something, because somebody's gonna die from weight cutting. You want that on your conscience?
Just hydration tests would work, I think.
That's what they do in 1FC, and I think it has to happen. You know what other tests they don't do in 1FC, and how accurate these hydration tests actually are in 1FC is another question to be asked. But this is UFC here. You want to have USADA, but you don't want to have you got USADA where people aren't doing drugs and they can't use IVs, but then you're fine with them passing on the scale and causing brain damage and fucking kidney failure and other organ failures down the road, and you think that's a better idea? Can you imagine the kidney stones these people are going to have after their careers are over?
Yeah, don't stay healthy, but you fucking kill yourself.
Yeah. Cutting down weight.
Or just fighting in general.
How dare you?
Like steroids help you heal faster. And
it does.
It's just facts. I don't know. I'm not saying go out and do steroids.
No, I'm not a professional though.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying they can't help. That's why when you get really sick, sometimes they'll give you steroids.
Exactly. Figure it out, Dana. What was weird? Did you know something was weird? What the hell was? Khabib was in the crowd with Dana. You know, they were behind that plexiglass thing, and Khabib had his like phone up like he was like recording the whole fight. What was up for that? Like, did you just get a new cell phone, Khabib? Is this your first cell phone or something? Yeah. I love the dude, but it was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, some people are saying he was streaming it on one of those illegal sites.
That's hilarious. Well, obviously that's what everyone would think. You know what I mean? Totally. But it was almost
Dana White.
Yeah, it was so weird though. It was like he was holding it up, recording every single thing going down, every single second of the whole thing. I thought that was kind of odd. I was like, what is going on? Like, that's why it came to my mind. I was like, he's like a 16-year-old kid that just got a cell phone.
Yeah. He just like buys a prosthetic arm that's holding the phone. And he's just like standing there, but his hands are like in his pockets or something. He's just watching, but it looks like
it's like a belt.
Yeah. He's actually recording it too, though. Like it is. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. You can't buy the video. You're rich, dude. You gotta fucking scalp it right beside the boss.
He's like making money on it too.
Yeah, he's selling it, and I can't even pronounce his country's Dagestan. I'm trying not to be offensive, people. I have trouble pronouncing some words.
It's all good.
Yeah, he just sells it over there.
Yeah, weird.
Bootlegged video.
And that brings us right into the main event. Derek Brunson versus Kevin Holland. Woo! One of the worst fights of the year so far, by far. Kevin Holland, get your shit together, man. You know, he's talking to Khabib during the fight, in between the fights. Dana White coming out saying he had a mental fucking breakdown. Dude, you're here to win. Trash talking and not winning are two things that no one likes. Ask Mike Perry how that's going for him. You can't.
Apparently it's pretty good. Dana likes watching him get beat up.
I guess so. You know what I mean? But still, you know, the guy has so much talent, and he was really dogging it. He was really dogging it in this fight. I don't know if it was another situation, like maybe he was injured and he wasn't relaying onto it. He was landing punches like crazy against Derek Brunson, and Derek Brunson would just, you know, had a great game plan. If you've ever watched a Derek Brunson's fight, if you've watched UFC, you've seen 100 Derek Brunson fights. And that was his strategy. How his team didn't have some kind of strategy for getting back up. I liked how he got out of the full mount. That was a really slick move, how he got out of the full mount from Derek Brunson. But still, he wasn't, you know what I mean? I don't know what the hell it was. Somebody had to slap him in the face in between rounds and say, get your shit together, fucking put it on this guy and put the fight away. Because you're going to lose a fight, and you did.
Yeah.
Super weird fight. I think Vegas should be up in arms on this one, just because the dude loses. You know, Derek Brunson was obviously the underdog in this one, quite a heavy underdog, and Kevin Holland goes out there and thinks it's a game, treating it worse than sparring. He wasn't even going in there sparring. He was going in there laughing and having fun and talking about it. And I personally, I was a little bit offended by it at first because I was like, he's making kind of a mockery of MMA and of this, especially at the main event. This is what you fought for. This is what you put that whole year 2020. You were the 2020, the quarantine fighter of the year from the UFC and many other media outlets. And this is what you're going to do to all those people who backed you, who bought into your hype. You're going to go and cash it in and just coast in to a fight, to your big event against the ultimate gatekeeper at 185 and potentially give you a number one contendership bout or the title shot at 185. You come in talking all this smack about Israel Adesanya. You have all this shit about you buying shoes and crap. Did fame kill you already even before you got famous, Kevin Holland? I was disappointed. I was disappointed because even though I bet on Derek Brunson, I thought it was going to be a much better showing, where Derek Brunson was basically on baby legs for 90% of the fight because he got clocked right off the bat, and then Kevin Holland turned it into a comedy show. I didn't know what the hell was going on, and come the fourth round, I was about ready to turn it off. I was really about ready to turn it off. And, you know, I mean, when you watch a main event, you want to see a fight. And that's not what we saw. That's totally not what we saw here. We didn't see. We saw one dude fighting, and we saw another dude laughing. It was stupid. I just think is we've had a bunch of main events that were underwhelming. Edwards versus Muhammad. The last second replacement. No Khamzat Chimaev. I'm upset over that. And then you get the eye poke. You know what I mean? And then Edwards is looking past him. Edwards is already done with Muhammad. I thought it was kind of a weird call-up to begin with. And then you got, Blachowicz versus Adesanya. It wasn't great. It was still, it was a good fight for Yan. It was a good win for Yan, but it wasn't a great fight. It was pretty boring too. And then you have Rosenstruck versus Gain, probably the worst, most boring fight of the year. And then but before and that's 4 cards in a row where we were let down. You let me down, Dana. You let me down. I demand satisfaction. And super shitty. I think that's all going to change obviously next week when we have the 2 biggest names in heavyweight go at it with Stipe Miocic going to be taking on Francis Ngannou. Obviously, the super shitty news that the co-main event of the featherweight belt will not be defended, but it's still a good card with Tyron Woodley versus Vincent Luque, Thomas Almeida taking on the return, the self-proclaimed undefeated Sugar Shane O'Malley, and the fight's actually the whole card's actually pretty stacked, so I'm pretty excited for that one going down to the Apex Arena in Las Vegas. Whew, what a show! Let's wrap her up here, man. We ran really long today here, Kelly. Let's wrap her up here for producer extraordinaire Kelly. My name is Steven, and you've been listening to the New Podcast.